Since you are just getting started with kettlebells, I got something for you. 30 days filled with kettlebell workouts for free. Click the first link in the description, sign up and enjoy. Grüezi dran, Gregory von Lebe here. I know kettlebells can be intimidating when you get started. I remember back when I picked up a kettlebell for the first time and I was like, how are you supposed to train with these things? But worry not, I got a great guide for you that can help you. Over 10 strategies that can help you to get started with kettlebells right now. Number one is kettlebell selection. You want to go for competition kettlebells. You can choose between cast iron and competitions. The reason why I believe competitions are superior is because you have one type of kettlebell. The diameter and the size always stays the same even when the weight increases. So once you get used to the technique with a 12 kg, for example, you can just grab a 16 kg and apply the same mechanics of the form that you've just learned and work with heavier weights. Number two, if you want to choose the proper weights, I have a rule. I call it the 8F 12M rule. And that is, women, if you are just starting out, you choose an 8 kg kettlebell. Men, if you are just starting out, you choose a 12 kg kettlebell. Number three, flooring. Rubber does it. Listen, sometimes when you train with kettlebells, it may be that the kettlebell wants to get on a trajectory that you don't want it to be. That means it might drop to the floor. And if you have floor that is not able to cope with a weight that drops on it, for example, a wooden floor that you don't want it to get destroyed in that sense, then what you will do once the kettlebell drops and it's out of reach, you will try to catch it. And if you work with a heavier weight, this can lead to a serious injury. Number four, train hands-free and wrist-free. No rings, no watches, no wristbands. Yes, some people use wristbands because they feel when they clean the kettlebell that it hurts on the forearms. But I can tell you, if you improve your form and technique, this will go away. And if you keep working with a wristband or a wrist guard in that regard, you'll always tell your body that you don't have to improve with form and technique. The wristband will do the job. When it comes to rings and watches, you have to take them off as well. Next to the fact that you can seriously hurt yourself, you can also damage your equipment. Number five, workout protocol, go for time, because it's the simplest and the easiest way to train with a kettlebell. I have nothing against reps. Sometimes we use reps as well. We sometimes use the EMOM method. We sometimes use MSAP. But as a beginner, you need a lot of brain power because you are starting to learn a new training modality that you probably haven't touched before. So save some brain power by working for time. Number six, follow the K.I.S.S principle. Keep it simple, stupid. Less is more. Don't add too many exercises. Many of you probably come from the typical gym background where you do 10 exercises or 12 exercises or machines or whatever have you for the full body. With the kettlebell, you don't have to do it because you train almost every time you pick up a kettlebell and you do one of those most bang for your buck exercises and you use the kettlebell the way it's designed to be used, you train your full body anyway in most of the cases. So 2 to 3 exercises suffice. Number seven, a proper warm-up is key, but you don't have to overdo it. When it comes to mobility aspects of your body, it may be that it's limited. From our experience with most people, the shoulder and the hips, they're tight to a certain extent. And there are some great warm-up exercises and mobility and stretching exercises that can help you open up certain areas that probably need some work. Yet at the same time, if you start working with kettlebells and you work with them on a regular basis, mobility probably will also take care of itself to a certain extent. Another reason why I think a proper warm-up is key is because it is a segue from your everyday normal life doing daily activities into training mode. Number 8, breathing mastery. There's 2 types of breathings that we normally apply when it comes to kettlebell training. Number 1 is natural breathing, and this is the type of breathing that you want to focus on right now. Yes, breathing is important, but your brain is preoccupied with learning these new moves and new technique and form, and this requires brain power and RAM. So let your body do the breathing. Once you've mastered some form of technique and form, you can jump into the so-called cocaine breathing. It's a great description and everybody knows what I'm talking about as soon as I mention it. For example, cocaine breathing in the swing works like this. You pull the kettlebell into the backswing, and as it lands between your legs and you hinge, you breathe into the nose. And then when you extend your hips and you send the kettlebell flying to chest level, you do a forceful exhale while keeping some tension in your abdominal area. Number 9, basic exercises. Here's a powerful workout that you can do right now. Exercise number 1 is the deadlift. You do it for 1 to 2 minutes. Exercise number 2 is the double-handed press. Again, you do it for 1 to 2 minutes. And the last exercise is a body weight back squat. Again, for 1 to 2 minutes. And I'm gonna explain these 3 exercises right now. Exercise number 1 is the deadlift. We stand shoulder width apart over the kettlebell. I make sure that the kettlebell stands approximately alongside the middle of my feet. I push my hips back in a so-called hinge. I don't bend my back, but I keep it straight. Now I'm straightening my arms. Now I have to bend my knees a little bit, grab the weights, and extend my hips and come back down. For the double-handed press, I place the kettlebell a little bit in front of me. I pull it between my legs, pull it up, and then I insert my thumbs into the kettlebell window, grab the kettlebell with my fingers. Now the handle touches my sternum, and now I press the kettlebell overhead, fully extending my elbow, coming back down. The last exercise is a body weight squat, no weights involved. I push my feet a little bit outside, then I have a shoulder width stance. Now I'm pushing my hips way back, my upper body leans forward, I extend my arms to the front, I sit down, hold it for a second, come back up. Number 10, basic exercises part 2. We do the same approach like we did before, but now we switch it up just a little bit. We still have the deadlift, but now we do a single hand deadlift. That's 1 minute with the left side, 1 minute with the right side. Then we jump into a single handed press. That's 1 minute with the left side, 1 minute with the right side, and then the final exercise is a goblet squat that we will do for 2 minutes straight. And here's a small tutorial about these 3 exercises. Compared to the normal deadlift, with the single hand deadlift, we just use one hand, and I want to resist rotation because as I'm pulling the kettlebell up, as I stand up, this is what may happen. So this is what I want to avoid. With the single hand press, we have to learn how to pull the kettlebell into the backswing between our legs, jump into the so-called hand insertion, where we really insert our hand deep into the window, keeping our elbows close and then pressing overhead. Now I have a nice hand insertion, elbows close to my body, and now I press the handles up first. The last exercise, the goblet squat, this is going to be a tough one. You pull the kettlebell up, you grab it by the bell itself, place it close to your sternum, feet are pointing outwards, chest up. Now I hinge a little bit, pushing my legs out, going down into the bottom position, coming back up. Number 11, Ballistic Mastery. Now we take it a little bit into advanced territory. The kettlebell shines the most with ballistic exercises. These are exercises that use a lot of momentum and where you do more reps, and this can build your explosive power and your cardiovascular system and your full body in general. It's just powerful what the ballistics can do to you. So the first exercise is the swing. The swing is the basic and the most fundamental exercise that you've probably heard about and seen when it comes to kettlebells. Once you've mastered the swing, you want to jump up to the clean. That's the logical progression from the swing. And once you've mastered the clean, you want to jump into the snatch. The snatch is the logical conclusion from the clean. Now, why do I think this order is so important? You want to master the swing first, because if you make mistakes in the swing, you will transfer these mistakes into the clean. And once you make mistakes in the clean, you transfer these mistakes into the snatch. So it is important that you follow this order. Number 12, you want to understand how to be loose and how to be tight. Sometimes you will do exercises with the kettlebell where your body has to engage in so-called high tension. Everything has to be tight. And then there's exercises that we use that we call or classify into so-called high volume exercises. You will do them for longer sets of time and you want to be more efficient in that regard so you can work as long as possible. And in that regard, you don't have to be tight all the time. You want to understand how to relax your body and you want to understand how to tense your body in the proper moment. And this is something that the kettlebell teaches you and is unique to kettlebell training. Bonus tip, doubles are cool, but not for you yet. Master singles first. You want to be proficient with one kettlebell before you pick up a second one. An important key, because double kettlebells are fun, but they are, just like Aladdin says, a whole new world. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, like it, consider subscribing, and I'll catch you on the next one.
If you're looking for kettlebell courses that can help you lose weight, build muscle, and improve your kettlebell technique, then check out the Lebe Academy. Let us help you discover a new perspective on kettlebell training, making it simple and easy for you to understand. Join the waiting list of your desired course now and secure your spot when it's open for enrollment. Link is in the description.